Hey, Alan, how are you today?
Hey, Leslie, I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm actually doing pretty good. It's a new year. It's exciting. Got lots of things going on. But today we're here to talk to you, and we're talking to you about why you love first-time homebuyers. And I know basically for years now you've been an educator, and that's really important with our first-time homebuyers. But tell me, why do you love first-time homebuyers?
Yeah, certainly the education part of it is a big aspect of why I love first time home buyers. And you mentioned that I had some years, 15 years, doing either restaurant training or management. And of course, as a manager, I was always training as well. So, yeah, so I had a lot of education background as far as that's concerned. And that's part of it. And I really enjoyed that aspect of that job, was helping people understand, and especially the people that really wanted to know, it was nice being able to provide that assistance for them. So that's one of the parts of it, and it's just such an exciting time for people. It's just so rewarding at the end, of course, when they close, and and they're just giddy, and and they get the keys and they take the pictures and all that stuff. It's all very fun.
There's nothing. I share your love of first-time home buyers because there's nothing like I can help 100 buyers, but it's the first-time home buyer that always is like gets that excitement. I can't explain it, um, but it can be scary for the first-time home buyer. So there are things we as agents can do to help them and basically educate them. But what is the first thing a first-time home buyer should do?
All right, so the first step is the paramount, quintessential first step for everybody is the pre-qual letter from their lender.
Hmm.
You choose a lender and then get that pre-qual letter going. It's really the most important step when you're going to buy a home. Um, and then once you do that, then comes the hard work, so to speak.
Yeah. So once they got pre-qualified, and which is the absolute first step, especially in this market, once they get pre-qualified, what is the next step? What do you do buyer consultation with them?
Certainly. So my conversations tend to last a long time, like 45 minutes to an hour, as long as they're not pressed for time, because there's so many things that we need to cover. That I feel like I need to cover, because there's so many different aspects that they probably haven't been exposed to before, and that's part of the education part as well, of course. But yeah, so it's so the second step for me when I'm having the buyer consultation is, it's time to figure out what it is that you are looking for in the perfect home. It's
Their needs, correct.
right.
So now you know their needs. They've got a pre-qualification letter. It's time to go home shopping. So when they find that perfect home, how do you guide them when it comes to writing an offer?
Right. So one of the first things that I would suggest, is, especially in this market, is put your best offer out there first. Don't mess around. If you're coming in low with a seller's market, you're kind of dooming your offers a lot of the times, and that seems to be what's happening in the Dallas market right now, and other markets too, of course. Is that it's going into multiple offers, and if you don't put your best offer first, you definitely lessened your chances by a whole bunch
Absolutely.
of actually getting the property. And you wanted to put an offer in for a reason, right? It's what you want, it's what you're looking
Absolutely.
for. Right.
Good point. Good point. Now we've got an accepted offer. This is probably one of the most important steps after you get an accepted offer that everyone should do. Tell us
All
about
right.
it.
So exciting time, apprehensive time.
Yeah.
um right. So you run into your, once the offer is accepted, you have what's the option period starts, and that's when important steps occur, which is paramount step there is the inspection. Going into the inspection process, you know it's there's a lot of questions there as well, and so I know that you choose inspectors to recommend, as I do, that are
Right.
very good at explaining and being very thorough. And one of the other things that I've started doing after my first time home buyer or second is, asking I would get together with the inspector and the buyer to go through the home, and then ask the inspector straight up when they're just getting started, how many perfect homes have you inspected? And of
Oh
course
my
they
God, that
say,
is a great question. I'm stealing that. That is a great question.
but of course they say none of them.
None.
None of them. And not even the brand new ones, not even the new construction ones are perfect. So we can't expect that. And and so that seems to be, for me, I started doing that because there's a list, that's going to occur, and it can be a little scary. And I just,
That
I just
inspection
want,
report is scary. If you've
yeah,
never seen one, it's a lot. It
yeah,
really, I remember the first time I saw one, and it scared me. I was lucky though that the inspector's like, oh no, no, no. This is the way an inspection report looks. You're fine. And here's what you need to worry about. Yeah. So now we've got that inspection. We're gonna assume we've negotiated repairs. Now, at this point, it can get it can go silent for the buyer. Like unless their lender needs something, it's a little bit of dead time, which can really cause some anxiety. But that's not what's really happening, is it?
right. Yeah. So, with first time home buyers, especially, but other clients as well, I like to just check in and say everything's moving along, or if we haven't gotten the lender, fully done, like the process is ready to go, waiting for title, just keeping up with that and making sure that everything's going smoothly and that there aren't any issues that are popping up. So, that's part of it. It, it's a downtime for us, but not for the great group of people that we have helping us do this. This is not a one-man crew. It is
No.
definitely a team effort. And we've got some really hardworking professionals helping us in the background. And that's a lot of that work's being done.
And just to give some examples, like we have our broker, we have our team lead, we have our closer, we have the attorney that works for us. Then we have the other agents, all their stuff. Then we have the title company, their closer, their assistant, their attorney. It's a huge team. And now the lender. I mean, it's a huge team of people that make this happen. And although there's that silent period for the buyer, it's not silent on the other for the rest of us. It keeps going.
Nope. Oz is
And
back there behind the curtain.
yep. And the best part about working with first time home buyer is what?
Well, the best thing about working with the first time home buyers is after the closing, when
Yes.
it's over, and and they've gone through the anxiety and the inspections and well, what if the loan doesn't go through? And then once that gets approved, it's just one more step closer. Well, that final step is they sign the documents and they get the keys, and then we take the pictures and they're out in front of the house ecstatic with that ear to ear grin, and that is the cherry on top for me, just seeing that, the excitement and in the beginning for them, because
Absolutely.
it's an end of a process, but it's a beginning for them as well. So it's a really fun part and a
All
fun
right. Well,
time.
it is. It is. And their smile is bigger than that third and fourth time home buyer. There really is. Their energy is bigger. So you work the Dallas Fort Worth area, right?
Right.
All right.
Exactly. So
So
all
how
over.
can people, if somebody wants to reach out to you and maybe ask questions, or maybe they're ready to go home shopping, how do they reach you?
Sure. So the best way to reach me, of course, is my telephone number, which is 972-896-4423. I also have an email that's Alan D. Brown Realtor at Gmail, which is an ALAN spelling on Alan. And Brown, everybody knows how to spell that one. There's no E. So that's two of the ways that you can get a hold of me. There's several more.
And it's okay to text you, right?
Absolutely.
Just making sure.
I honestly, in my buyer consultation, tell people, look, I don't sleep with my telephone, so you can call or text me virtually anytime. It doesn't matter if you have a question. Now, I might not answer, and I might not text back because I might be sleeping, but I'll get it first thing in the morning. So, yeah, so I always tell them that, yeah, call, text, email me, just whenever you have a question, just get in contact and I'll
Right.
get you
And
answered.
there are no stupid questions, especially for first time home buyers, because any question they have is a real concern for them. So,
Absolutely. And yeah, there's a lot of concerns, so it's understandable.
well, Alan, I've
So
known you for years, and I know you take care of your buyers, all of them, not just first time home buyers.
certainly.
And so hopefully people watching this video, they'll realize they need to work with a great agent in Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they'll give you a call.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Alan. And we're going to talk again soon.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye.